Friends, let us start with the today's video. And in today's video, we are learning about some challan and miscellaneous points. In next video onwards, we will learn about payment process. Okay, so GST payment process. This topic is unit number 4, which is given for RCU students. Let us start. GST payment is made according to the manner specified under section 49, 49A, 49B, and there are these relevant rules and circular number. This was given on this date. Okay, this is the fresh amendment made, which was seen in the previous class. All such liabilities to be discharged in such a manner given, and payment is made through cash or bank as per modes given. All such liabilities to be discharged in such manner, which manner? In the manner which is given under section 49, which we have already solved some problems. Okay, please go through the channel, you will see those videos, manner of utilization of ITC. Also, the liabilities should be settled as per the order given. There is order. First you have to finish the IGST, then if something remains, you can use it for the payment of CGST or SGST in any order and in any proportion. So that was given under section 49, and then amendment were made, section 49A and B. All of these have been discussed in earlier in this book. This book I have specifically given this point, friends, because the link of book will be given in the description box. Please check it, and you will get everything in detail. There are numerous problems. It can be used for CA and CS courses as well. Payment is made through e-challan, which are valid for 15 days only. Okay, e-challan which is generated, which will be valid for 15 days only. You have to make the payment for within the 15 days. And even if the 15th day stands on the national holiday or Sunday, no, you will have to pay that, because it is online system, right? It is open 24/7. All such mandate forms can be obtained only after NEFT and RTGS payment is made, right? So look at this challan. This is very important point. Look at this challan, friends. E-payment. This will include all modes of e-payment such as CC or DC and the net banking. Taxpayer will choose one of these. Next, OTC transfer. See, e-payment, if you are making, check this box. If you are making OTC, check this box. Okay, you will have to check that box. Bank transfer, where cash or instrument is proposed to be deposited, bank transfer, you will have to make here, write here the details of the bank and the details of instrument. You can pay it through the cash or check or DD. Wherever you want to deposit, that recipient's bank account number is written here. This is the format of challan. Okay, NEFT, if you are making NEFT or RTGS, check this box. And remitting bank, their bank name and beneficiary name, CPIN number is auto populated over here. Name of the beneficiary bank will be given. Beneficiary bank's IFSC code has to be given, and then GST, which GST it is, IGST, CGST or SGST, UTGST, whatever. And then CPIN number, which will be auto populated CPIN number. Reserve Bank of India, if it is there, and then IFSC of RBI. RBI is the remitters bank, right? That is the government's bank. Charges to be separately paid by the person making payment, right? Charges to be separately paid by the person making payment. It means if you have to pay 1000 rupees as taxes, you have to pay 1000 rupee taxes plus the bank charges. That bank charges will not be included in 1000. 1000 is different than those bank charges, right? Then particulars of the depositor has to be given here. The depositor's name, designation, signature and the date. These columns you will have to use, right? I will little zoom out this so that you can see these all things clearly. Okay, paid challan information. After making the payment, the GSTI number has to be given over here. Taxpayer's name of the bank, amount, And then bank reference number or UTI number is very important, that will be written over here after making the payment. And then the CIN number, that is Challan identification number, will be given over here. What is this CPIN? CPIN is different, common portal identification number. This will be auto generated by the authorized bank. Okay, and then the payment date has to be given over here, and then the bank acknowledgement number for any check and DD deposited in the bank's counter. UTR stands for unique transaction number, that is over here. We have seen UTR right here, BRN or UTR. UTR means unique transaction number. Bank reference number or UTR number will be given over here, right? I have taken this from some other website, but that is the Challan, right? Now, what is CIN and what is its relevance? CIN, that you have seen over here, CIN. And what is its relevance? CIN means Challan identification number. It is 17-digit number, that is 14-digit CPIN plus 3-digit bank code. CIN is generated by the authorized banks when the payment is actually received. When the payment is actually received by such authorized banks, and when it is credited in the relevant government's bank account held with them, then only CIN is generated, and then only this CIN number will be written over here. Okay, and that is why it is given under the paid Challan information. After making the payment, this Challan will be generated, e-Challan will be generated. Hope this is understood. And then it is an indication that if you are getting CIN, it is an indication that the payment has been realized and it is credited properly. Okay, it is the evidence. And then CIN is indicated on the Challan, and upon CIN generation, the confirmation from the bank common portal will be auto credited, and then auto created receipt will be given to the person, and he can see such receipts in his dashboard. CIN is actually the 17-digit number, 14-digit CPIN number plus 3-digit bank code. Can you see this CPIN number? This is 14-digit code. Okay, plus 3-digit bank code will be given as the CIN. CIN is the reference that you have paid the taxes. Right? What is CPIN? It is common portal identification number given at the generation of the Challan. Okay, Challan generation is different than that CIN number. It is 14-digit unique number to identify the Challan. As stated above, CPIN remains valid for 15 days only. For 15 days only. After 15 days, you will have to make the within these 15 days you will have to make the payment. If you do not make the payment, another CPIN you will have to generate. Then what is EFPB? You might come across this word many times. That stands for Electronic Focal Point Branch. These are such branches of authorized banks which are authorized for collect and payment of GST. If EFBB means it is authorized bank. Let us suppose there is authorized bank called State Bank of India, and State Bank of India may have a branch only for the payment of GST and collecting of GST, and such branch will be called as EFPB, that is Electronic Focal Point Branch. Such authorized bank will nominate only one branch at its EFPB for pan-India transactions. Okay, for all India, they can have only one EFPB. The EFPB will have to open accounts under each major head for all the government's account. Right. So this bank branch will open account for all the government accounts for all the governments, and that will be shared with the main authorized bank so that it is available for the payment of taxes throughout India. Okay, then total of 38 accounts, one each for CGST and IGST and one each for SGST for each state and UTG and Union Territory government will have to be opened. How many accounts? 38 accounts have to be opened. Right? Why 38? It is 29 states, 8 union territories and 1 central government. Any amount received by such EFPB towards GST will be credited to the appropriate account held by such EFPB. For NEFT or RTGS transactions, RBI will act as EFPB. RBI is the government's bank, right? So what is TDS under GST regime? This is very introductory part. Please do not consider as this ends your TDS. TDS is actually different, and it requires TDS is a big concept in GST. It requires separate video. I will do in some other leisure time. It is not given in for your syllabus, and that is why I will not discuss about this TDS. But if you want to learn about TDS, please go through the video. The link will be given in the description. If not, please search in my GST uh, income tax playlist, okay, on my channel. That is where you will get the concept of TDS and TCS, tax deducted at source in the GST. As per section 51, this provision is meant for government and government undertakings and other notified entities making the contractual payment in excess of rupees 10 lakhs to the suppliers, right? Then TDS has to be made. While making such payment, the concerned government or authority shall deduct 1% of total payable amount and remit it to the appropriate GST account. And same thing goes with the TCS, that is section 52 of CGST Act deals with the TCS, right? So the provision is applicable only to e-commerce operator under section 43C of MGL, and then every e-commerce operator needs to withhold a percentage to be notified later on the recommendation of the GST Council, and the GST Council has recommended to keep the 10% as the TCS, okay, of the amount which is due from the supplier while making the actual payment. Such withheld amount is to be deposited by the e-commerce operator to the appropriate GST account by the 10th of the next month. Okay, what is the time to pay the TCS? It is the 10th of the next month, and that should be reflected in the GST e-cash ledger, right? So that's all for today's friends. So we have seen TCS, then we have seen TDS, EFPB. EFPB, let me remind you that it is just one branch of authorized bank which will act for pan India transactions. And then CPIN is common portal identification number, CIN is channel identification number. This is 17 digit and CPIN is 14 digit, and 3 digit is bank code. This is what we have seen. Beautiful diagram of this challan, and then this amendment we have seen. This is where we had started, right? So that's all for today's class, friends. We will start with the GST payment process step by step in the next video. Thank you. If you have any clarifications, please comment below.